If King Solomon had an Instagram, he'd probably break the internet. If he had a podcast, Joe Rogan would be begging for an interview. If he had a LinkedIn, he'd be running Fortune 500 companies from Jerusalem. King Solomon wasn't just rich, he was respected, recognized, and remembered by kings, queens, and nations. Whether you believe in the Bible or not, one thing's undeniable. Solomon built the most powerful personal brand in the ancient world. Now, today, we're going to reverse engineer that straight from the Bible. Let me show you how to build your brand like the wisest man to ever live. Now, everyone today wants to go viral. They want clout, followers, fame, and fast cash, but they're skipping what Solomon understood from day one. Influence starts with identity and not visibility. Solomon didn't build fame from flash. He built it through wisdom, purpose, and alignment with God. Let me prove it. Now, let's rewind to the beginning. Solomon is now king after David. God appears to him in a dream and says, ask for whatever you want me to give you. And that's in 1 Kings 3 and 5. Now, pause. Most people today would have said, give me power, give me cash, give me followers. But Solomon asked for wisdom to lead well. And look what God said in his response. And I quote, since you have asked for this and not for long life or wealth, I will give you a wise and discerning heart. Moreover, I will give you what you have not asked for, both wealth and honor. 1 Kings 3, 11 through 13. Now, don't chase influence. Chase alignment with your assignment. Your personal brand isn't built by demanding attention. It's built by fulfilling purpose. Solomon's wisdom became his brand. And from that, everything else followed. Now, this is where things get crazy. God gave Solomon wisdom and very great insight. Solomon's wisdom was greater than the wisdom of all the people of the East. He spoke 3,000 proverbs and his songs numbered 1,005. 1 Kings 4, 29 through 32. It says, Solomon became the go-to voice in culture. Other nations were quoting him. Scholars came to study him. Kings sent ambassadors just to listen to this man. This is branding 101. When you speak with value, your name spreads without marketing. He didn't beg for platform. He built a foundation of unmatched wisdom, and the world came to him. People from all nations came to listen to Solomon's wisdom. 1 Kings 4 and 34. Now, lesson 2, build your brand on real value. Content fades, wisdom endures. Let's talk about Queen of Sheba. She heard about Solomon and said, ain't no way this man's really like that. She pulled up to Jerusalem with gold, spices, and questions. It says, she came to test Solomon with hard questions. When she saw all the wisdom of Solomon and the palace he had built, she was overwhelmed. 1 Kings chapter 10, verses 1 through 5. She was so impressed that she blessed him with 120 talents of gold, large quantities of spices, and precious stones. 1 Kings 10 and 10. Translation, Solomon didn't just have value. He displayed it with excellence. His palace was immaculate. His staff was on point. His brand was cohesive. What she heard matched what she saw. So, lesson 3, presentation matters. From your content to your character, everything should reflect excellence. People don't just invest in what you say, they invest in what they experience. Solomon understood something that influencers miss. You don't build a brand in isolation. He formed powerful alliances, like with King Hiram of Tyre, who supplied timber and craftsmen to help him build the temple. It says, so Hiram supplied Solomon with all the cedar and juniper logs he wanted. The two of them maintained peaceful relations. 1 Kings 5, 10 through 12. Solomon wasn't trying to do it all solo. He leveraged relationships, respected others' gifts, and created mutual benefit. Lesson 4, your personal brand grows faster when you collaborate with excellence. The right alliances multiply influence. Now, let's talk about the bag. The weight of the gold that Solomon received was nearly 666 talents, 2 Chronicles 9 and 13. Now, that's 25 tons of gold per year. In today's money, we're talking billions. He had fleets of ships, ivory thrones, gold shields, 1,400 chariots, and 12,000 horses. His branding wasn't just influence, it was affluence. But understand this, the money came last. It was the byproduct of value, relationships, and wisdom. Lesson 5, build wealth through your brand. Don't make money the brand. But here's the warning. Solomon's brand started with purpose, but but it drifted towards pleasure. He married foreign women, worshiped false gods, and his heart turned from God. So the Lord became angry with Solomon and said, "Since you have not kept my covenant, I will tear the kingdom away from you." That's 1 Kings 11, 9 through 12. Even the strongest brand can crumble if the foundation shifts. Lesson 6, discipline protects your legacy. Don't let success distract you from the source that gave it. We got to understand, man, sometimes you get too big for your britches. You start thinking that it's all you that did this, right? Instead of realizing that God provided you with everything. God gave you the provision. God gave you the purpose. God gave you, the clarity of what to do. And yet you still turn on him and do things your own way. All right, so just be mindful. And let's summarize this for today's world. Number 1, purpose first. Before you chase attention, clarify your assignment. Solomon asked for wisdom to serve. That unlocked everything else. Number 2, deliver rare value. Solomon's wisdom wasn't average, it was elite. Build your brand on unique insight, not recycled content. Number 3, presentation matters. The Queen of Sheba didn't just hear wisdom, she saw it in his palace, staff, and conduct. Number 4, collaborate strategically. King Hiram helped Solomon scale. Your brand needs partnerships, not pride. Number 5, protect your foundation. Solomon fell when he shifted from purpose to pleasure. Stay focused, stay disciplined, stay aligned. Remember, you don't need robes, gold, or a throne to build like Solomon. You need clarity, wisdom, and excellence. You need to create something the world can't ignore, not because you're loud, but because you're valuable. If this in any way helped you rethink how to build your personal brand, drop a comment that says, "I'm building like Solomon." And if you want more biblical blueprints for business, influence, and success, subscribe, because wisdom is a new flex. Peace.